Before the term assembly line became synonymous with Henry Ford, the concept had been utilized for centuries. Ancient shipbuilders and weapon makers, for instance, pioneered the sequential production method. They understood the benefits of breaking down a process into a series of simple, repeatable steps, enhancing efficiency and output. This early form of the assembly line laid the foundation for future industrial advancements. But it was not until the early 20th century that the assembly line truly revolutionized the way we manufacture goods. Enter Henry Ford, a visionary with a simple dream: to make automobiles affordable for the average American. Born on a Michigan farm in the mid-19th century, Ford's fascination with machinery began early, paving the way for his future endeavors. He was not just passionate about automobiles, but was also a man with a keen eye for efficiency and innovation. His vision was not merely to create a car. He wanted to revolutionize the way they were produced. He envisioned a future where automobiles weren't just for the wealthy, but a staple in every American household. Ford believed that improving production efficiency was the key to making this dream a reality. His innovative ideas, such as the moving assembly line, would prove to be game-changing in the automobile industry. If you're enjoying this journey through history, don't forget to like and subscribe for more enlightening content. Ford's vision would soon transform into a reality with the establishment of the Highland Park factory. The Highland Park factory, built in 1910, became the birthplace of Ford's revolutionary assembly line. Situated in the heart of Michigan, this factory was not just another building, but a pivotal point in the evolution of manufacturing. Its design was innovative and its operation a masterstroke of genius. The factory was a sprawling two-story structure designed to facilitate the smooth flow of materials and finished products. It was a hive of activity, with workers and machines performing their tasks in sync, like a well-orchestrated symphony. The heart of this symphony was the assembly line. The assembly line was a concept as simple as it was groundbreaking. Instead of having workers move around the factory, parts were brought to them, moving along a conveyor system. This meant that each worker could focus on one specific task, performing it with precision and speed. As a result, the assembly line became a potent symbol of efficiency. The impact of this innovation was immediate and profound. The factory's output skyrocketed, with production times drastically reduced. A Model T, which previously took 12.5 hours to assemble, could now be put together in just 93 minutes. This was an unprecedented leap in productivity. This increase in efficiency was not just about speed, though. It was about affordability. The more cars Ford could produce, the cheaper they could sell each unit. This was the essence of Ford's vision: to make cars affordable to the average American, and the assembly line was the tool to achieve it. But the Highland Park factory was more than just a production facility. It was a laboratory of innovation, a place where new ideas and techniques were tested and refined. It was here that the very concept of mass production was born and perfected. This factory was the birthplace of not just the Model T, but also the modern assembly line. The principles pioneered here would go on to shape the entire manufacturing industry, setting standards that are still followed today. So the next time you see a product rolling off an assembly line, remember the Highland Park factory where it all began. The Model T, an automobile designed for the masses, was the flagship product of Ford's assembly line. A marvel of simplicity and durability, the Model T was a direct reflection of Henry Ford's vision to create a car for the great multitude. It was the vehicle that put America on wheels. Imagine this: before the Model T, cars were seen as luxury items, out of reach for ordinary people. But Henry Ford had other plans. He wanted every family to have the ability to own a car, and the Model T was his answer. Affordability was at the heart of its design. Created with fewer parts than other cars of the time, the Model T was less expensive to produce. This simplicity also made it more reliable and easier to repair. It was a car designed with the average person in mind, from its economical use of fuel to its ability to handle the rough roads of early 20th century America. The Model T, however, was not just a product of innovative design. It was the beneficiary of an equally revolutionary manufacturing process. The assembly line, first implemented at Ford's Highland Park factory, enabled the mass production of the Model T. Picture it like this. Instead of a group of workers assembling a single car from start to finish, Each worker performed a specific task on every car that passed down the line. This system drastically reduced the time it took to build a car, from 12.5 hours to just about 90 minutes. This efficiency not only allowed Ford to produce cars on a scale previously unimaginable, but it also led to a substantial reduction in cost. The savings were passed on to the customers, making the Model T even more affordable. Ford's success with the Model T and the assembly line revolutionized the automobile industry. The Model T became a symbol of affordable, reliable transportation for the masses, while the assembly line epitomized the era's new efficiency and scale. The Model T and the assembly line became symbols of the new era of mass production. The assembly line's impact extended far beyond the automobile industry. Indeed, the advent of mass production was a game changer not only for the manufacturing world but for society as a whole. Henry Ford's revolutionary idea didn't just make cars more accessible, it fundamentally altered the economic landscape. Let's start with the economic implications. Mass production significantly reduced the unit costs of goods. When production is scaled up, the cost per unit goes down. This is due to the spread of fixed costs over a larger number of units and the efficient use of resources. Thus, what was once a luxury item like the automobile became affordable for the average family. Now think about what this means for the consumer. Suddenly, products that were once out of reach became accessible. This sparked what we now call a consumer revolution. With more affordable goods, consumption rates soared. This in turn fueled economic growth and prosperity, but the impacts didn't stop there. Mass production also had significant implications for the workforce. Assembly lines dramatically increased worker productivity. Each worker became a specialist in one specific task, mastering it to a degree that was previously unfathomable. This specialization led to higher productivity, which in turn led to increased output. Now, this isn't to say that mass production didn't have its downsides. The repetitive nature of assembly line work could be monotonous and physically taxing. However, the increased output and reduced costs it brought about led to higher wages and shorter work hours, improving the overall standard of living for many workers. Moreover, the assembly line model was replicated in industries far and wide. From electronics to food processing, mass production became the standard. The concept of an assembly line was no longer confined to the realms of automobile factories. It became a universal symbol of efficiency and progress. So, you see, the assembly line was more than just a manufacturing innovation. It was and still is a cornerstone of our modern economy. It's a testament to the power of human ingenuity and our relentless pursuit of efficiency. The assembly line, once a simple concept, had become a driving force behind the 20th century's economic transformation. It's a testament to how one idea, when executed well, can change the world. And that, dear viewers, is the power of mass production. Henry Ford's vision of an affordable car for every American was made possible by the assembly line. This innovation, born of necessity and ingenuity, revolutionized not only the automobile industry, but also the very fabric of modern manufacturing. Let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've embarked on today. We started with the dawn of the assembly line, a concept that emerged from the need to increase efficiency and reduce costs. This was not just about building cars faster, it was about making them affordable, thus democratizing mobility. Then we delved into the mind of Henry Ford, a visionary who saw beyond the confines of his time. His dream was not merely to build cars, but to create a vehicle of change, both figuratively and literally. The affordable car was his tool to transform society. Our journey led us to the Highland Park factory, the birthplace of the Model T. This was not just a factory, but a monument to the power of mass production. Here, the assembly line concept was honed to perfection, enabling the Model T to roll off the production line every 24 seconds. We then explored the Model T itself, a marvel of simplicity and functionality. It was not the most luxurious or the fastest, but it was the car for the masses. It symbolized the democratization of mobility and embodied Ford's vision. Finally, we discussed the far-reaching impact of mass production. It transformed economies, societies, and even our ways of thinking. It made products affordable and accessible, thus raising living standards and fueling economic growth. If you found this journey through history fascinating, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. In conclusion, the assembly line, a testament to human ingenuity, continues to shape our world in ways Henry Ford could have only imagined. It stands as a powerful reminder of how a single idea can spark a revolution and change the world.